Welcome everybody to another episode of Monday Nitro Party. It has been a long fucking time since we have been here with you guys.
Yeah, man.
We took an extended hiatus
Yes.
for life, just life. It's just
Yeah.
what it
Life,
was.
life be lifing.
Yeah,
A
life
lot of
came
life
around.
is, life came around, life left. Life has been fired. Life is
Dude, there's been so
suspended.
much life that's been happening.
Yeah. A lot of stuff is happening in life and in wrestling, but mostly life.
Yeah,
There's a dude, we last episode was in July. We have Brendan with us, and a
Mhm.
lot of shit in wrestling has happened since then. I
So
think we
much
should top
things.
I think which let's on count of three, we'll say the number one thing that we are most happy about. Ready?
Most happy
One,
about
two, yeah. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk.
CM Punk getting fired.
Yeah.
Definitely that.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Dude,
He's
that's
gone.
what's funniest to me about that though is he got fired and fucking that ass clown Jack Perry. He's still nowhere to be found. Like they
I
may
think
as
he's
well
dead.
yeah, I was gonna say they might as well have killed him and buried him in the
With his dad.
fucking marsh.
Yeah. Mm.
Departed style. But yeah, he's like nowhere to be found. Like he hasn't been spoken about, he hasn't been shown.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend just won the fucking title, or fiance or whatever. Like she just won a title. He's still
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else. He might be hanging out with his dad right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
We have no
We
idea.
don't know. He might be close. That
Yeah.
storyline hasn't really been fully revealed yet. I'd
No.
be worried if it's not him.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, oh shit, somebody call Jack.
But yeah,
But
some
yeah,
shit's dude, what if Jack is the devil? That's gonna suck.
that'd be so funny. I
I
would
just I
laugh
just
my ass
realized
off.
that could be terrible. They might fucking
Yeah,
pull that. Wow. Wow.
there's been many rumors of who could have been. It's Punk, which would honestly be a pretty cool like got you all thing.
It'd be a great gotcha.
Jack Perry was one of them, and it was the usual like MJF or Mam call or whatever. Just
Yeah,
like who cares if it's still these two until like Revolution? It's like
whatever.
it's just so boring.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Can
think
we?
we like one of the things that we were going to talk about was Full Gear, and they set up like some fucking weird shit on Full Gear that like could have been gone one way, and then it went the most boring way at the end, where it's
Yeah,
just like,
I
all right, like
I wanted to say instead of going over each match, do you want to talk about the stuff we liked and the stuff we hate about it in general? Because I have a lot of issues with Full Gear.
sure, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah, we can do that
Yeah, AEW in
because
general.
I mean, like for Full Gear, honestly, Full Gear was one of the most lopsided pay-per-views
Mm-hmm.
I've seen from them in a while, because there was some stuff that was on it that was really good and I really liked. And there's stuff that was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yep.
what are you doing? Um, but the standout for me was the Texas Death Match. I thought that was great. Like
Oh yeah.
that was way better than I thought it was going to be. And then I
Mm-hmm.
also forget that Swerve was in CZW, and I also
Mm-hmm.
forget that Swerve was in Lucha Underground doing those
Mm-hmm.
fucking crazy hardcore matches that they had there.
Mm-hmm.
So all that made sense that the death match was going to be great. And like
Yeah.
he really like Swerve, this was like a star maker for Swerve for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was kind of one of those things where like when you have a wrestler doing the torch pass, this very much felt like Hangman being
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, you're the death match dude now, because like that was Hangman's match. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and
I mean,
Swerve was
yeah, he did
walking
drink
around.
his blood.
He did drink his
Yeah.
blood, and then he Triple H'd it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, yeah, as soon as Swerve like started dead eyeing him and walking around stapling himself, it was just like,
Yeah.
okay, like it was like, I see what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
That was
my
awesome.
top. That was my top favorite thing about Full
100%.
Gear.
That was definitely the favorite thing about Full Gear. It's funny because AEW they guys like Swerve they've been doing a lot of this. They'll pull out the stuff that they used to do that, and it's kind of cool because like AEW is all about introducing people to these guys that have been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, like Swerve doing the death match, doing all the stuff, like he's done death matches before, and everyone's kind of seeing that now. And also my thing with MJF, all the crazy moves he's been doing in his matches. Everyone's like, holy shit, he can do that. I was like, he's been doing that for a bit. It's just
Yeah,
he
yeah,
hasn't done that in a while. He has this character in AEW that everyone knows where he just barely wrestles and maybe wrestles old school, but he was doing that shit in GCW and freaking New York Wrestling Connection.
yeah,
And it's kind of cool where people are like, holy crap, this guy could do that. That's impressive. Just shocks the hell out of you.
yeah,
But yeah, no, Hangman, Swerve, best match of the night. Any match that can still make me just go, holy shit, like
yeah.
for a long time. And it's very hard I feel like that's very hard to do. Because I'm kind of over the whole wrestling takedown grapple. Oh wow, what
Sure,
an
sure.
amazing wrestling match. I don't care anymore about that stuff.
Right.
But
Well, I mean, also
yeah.
we have to take into account that AEW has tried to do a lot of different like death match and death match adjacent type of things, like the exploding ring
Mm-hmm.
match and the very first one that they did with Omega and Jericho, where they were dropping
Mm-hmm.
them into like the barbed wire like spider web stuff. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
they've done all sorts of shit. But the thing is
Nick
with AEW,
Gage.
yeah, dude, the thing is with AEW is that most of the time when they do stuff like that, what's the best way to put it? They put a lot of safeguards on it to where you can tell that it's horseshit, you know?
Yep.
Like when in that very first match, when they dropped him into the barbed wire spider web, not one drop
Mm-hmm.
of blood came out of it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Or like I understand them using crash pads, but they use the most obvious crash pads in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like full blown stunt work. And like the exploding ring thing obviously was hilarious, like that type of stuff. They do some things definitely to keep like the safeguards, and sometimes it comes off as hokey. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
this one, man, for a fucking match that was available just on just regular old like pay-per-view and like fight TV and stuff, like for a national like product,
Yeah.
that's one of the gnarliest death matches that I've seen from a major company, for network television audiences for
Mm-hmm.
fucking long time. Like, so,
Yeah.
kudos to them for that.
Yeah. Could still obviously do better
They
though.
will.
I have an idea how they can do. I wouldn't say do it death match like a death match on TV, but definitely for a pay per view. And I feel like if they go one more time, this should be a full blown death match. Like with everything, it's pay per view. Like, who cares if you're upset that it's a fucking pay per view. It's you don't know what you're gonna get.
They've used all of the things for a death match before. Like they've used glass, they've
eh,
used
they use
barbed
fake
wire.
glass,
Well, yeah, but I mean, what I mean
fake
though is
tubes,
sure, but what I mean is that they've used everything that you can use for a death match in separate instances, but
right?
never all together in one match. So if they brought all of it together and they used, I mean, because it's no secret that even deathmatch wrestlers use sugar glass. Like that happens all the fucking time. Like that's just understandable. Light tubes are different, but they've even used light tubes.
Well, they
They've used
use
them.
mostly tempered glass.
Tempered glass, sugar glass, same difference. It's the same thing. It shatters in a way that's not going to slice you up.
They
Like,
use that,
which,
yeah,
yeah,
tempered, yeah.
which is fine.
Uh,
Like, that's understandable. If you use real glass, and fuck CM Punk anyway, but like, he is understandably, like, he's right about that in a sense. So, like, when you're using real glass for like a windshield, that's one thing because windshields have a very specific type of glass that shatters the way that it does. And like,
mm-hmm,
you don't really have to worry too much about getting cut by that. But like
mm-hmm,
throwing somebody through a pane of real glass, like a glass window, yeah, that can
mm-hmm.
literally kill them easily. So, like,
Right,
obviously a different scenario. But yeah,
yeah.
AEW has used all those things individually. If they brought them all together for like a full blown death match, set a motherfucker on fire. Do it. Like, they don't seem to care. Like, they'll do
I
it.
mean, there's stuff that exists. Like, if you're worried about the people who are sitting front row in the audience, because most of those people don't move. They have. I was thinking about the other day. You remember NXT 2.0 when they had the plexiglass
Yeah, I remember that.
all around? Like, you start setting that up because you're starting to set up the death match that's happening. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So like, you can make that look cool because like that looks stupid in NXT. But
But if you
it
do it
would
for
look
one
cool if
match,
if
yeah.
workers were setting it up because we're about to have like glass flying all over the place.
Right.
And they'll be like, holy shit, especially on pay per view. And that's if they want to do that. I think they should because it would be it'd be like, all right, now you did it. Like I'm pretty, you don't have to do it all the time, but
No, but that would also be a cool thing. It's kind of like
mm-hmm.
that would be the same kind of like what's the word? It would be the same kind of like tension that you would get anticipating the anticipation of them
Yeah.
putting up the plexiglass in the same
Mm-hmm.
way that you get the anticipation when a cage is coming down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh shit, Hell in a Cell is about to happen, or like, oh shit, the death match is about to happen because they're putting up the plexiglass, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also stuff you could do with it that would be cool visually, like if somebody's bleeding, they put their fucking face on it, and, like streak it down, and like stuff like that. You can do lots of cool stuff with the
Yeah.
plexiglass.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I think it's a
Yeah.
great idea if you're gonna do
Yeah.
anything that's like a full blown death match. Yeah.
You make like, how they had the theme with the cell coming down or the cage coming down.
Yeah.
It's the plexiglass for the crowd going up.
Yeah.
And you could make that cool, like compared to NXT where it was like stupid, but
Yeah. The
whatever.
NXT thing was dumb, but
I
I mean,
think if they want to do that and pull that off, I think it would make it really cool for a pay-per-view event, and then make it even more special. Like, yo, these guys are gonna kill each other.
yeah. Yeah.
I
I
think
agree
they're
with
gonna have
that.
one more match. I don't know what, but
I
if they were
kind
to
of,
do that,
yeah, I think they have to. I mean, I think they're going to, and I think it's going to be probably like one of those things where it's like it'll happen a little bit later down the road. I don't think it's going to happen
mm-hmm.
immediately. And
Yeah,
I think it's going to be one of those things that's kind of like one of them comes out and like has this like impassioned fucking promo that they do, and then they announce the match, and it's just like some crazy ass match. Like,
mm-hmm.
which I think is cool. I mean, I can watch Swerve and Hangman go at it back and forth for like ever. They have
Mm-hmm.
good chemistry in the ring. They're good at what they do. I've always been a big fan of Swerve anyway, and I'm glad that he's kind of getting his flowers now. So,
As far as when he drives,
yeah.
it's the only problem. I did that
um,
while I was listening to his team. It's not safe.
no, no.
I don't recommend that.
Yeah, so the Texas Death Match was the tops, and then the next one for me, the main event was great. The setup thing was dumb, but the main event was great. And there was too much shenanigans in it. There was too much fucking like bullshit around the ring, but
Yeah.
the match itself was good and told a good story. Like I'll say that.
Okay.
But the lead up to the match was stupid, unnecessary, really. And there was too much fucking interference. There was too much fucking there was too much bullshit surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right.
it could have been a better match without without the ring, without the fucking, the title spot, without the ref bumps, without the fucking guns. Like there was just way too much fucking mess going on for it to be what
Mm-hmm.
it should have been. But I still liked it though.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I was gonna ask you, have you ever watched you knew a match was happening and then they did like a promo and the promo was so stupid. Like it was just so dumb where it just made you so mad. You were like, I don't care anymore. And then when the match
Right.
happened, you were like, I don't care because you just
Yeah,
did this
yeah.
thing that made me feel stupid. That's what I felt about MJF World main event match because it was like this was so dumb and unnecessary. You could have made this a lot cooler. You mentioned nothing about who's the devil and what the hell's going on. I don't know why that was a thing.
I mean, it's still a
But it
thing.
was just
They just didn't unveil it then.
they were leading to it like the Full Gear it was going to happen in Full Gear. I mean, they were.
They were, yeah.
Yeah, and then,
And
like
then
you
it
do
didn't. And I
nothing.
think,
You do
yeah,
nothing. And
I
it's like,
think
you know what? I don't care. Like that's just my attitude with them. And wait, I just want to say because that's the thing. Like, I enjoy watching their shows, but like they've been very like just whatever. And when they do shit like I feel like they've been doing a lot of shit that's stupid to me. Where I'm just like, it's reminding me of when I used to watch Raw and have it on. I'm like, why didn't I watch it this week? Because it's just so dumb.
right,
Like you feel
right.
stupid. And just with them lately, it's just like, yeah, cool. Everyone tells me you didn't like Full Gear. I'm like, it was all right. And they're like, all the matches were great. Cool. All the matches were great. Awesome. You can't just have a match. That's boring to me. Like I don't.
Well, then you have
Am I
Crown Jewel.
wrong?
No, no, no. I mean, when you have like a pay-per-view that is just like for the in-ring stuff and no real like storyline advancement,
Yeah.
you kind of have like one of those Crown Jewel or like Super Show things where it's just like, oh, this is just a showcase of matches, but storylines kind of don't fucking matter. Like for the most
Mm-hmm.
part, this last Crown Jewel was a little bit different because it had some storyline stuff that kind of got advanced. But for the most
Yeah.
part, like those types of events were just like cool. I'm just gonna watch some good wrestling for 3 hours. But aside from that, there's no investment in it. Whereas with
Yeah.
this, I think with Full Gear, I think the reason it annoyed you is kind of why I respected it, because the whole devil thing, I like that they did build up to something like that. And it was just like, no, fuck you, not yet. Like I'm okay
Okay.
with that because like I think if they build up, that's kind of one of my issues with AEW is that they telegraph too many things. They telegraph
Hmm.
like what a swerve is going to be. They telegraph what a debut is going to be. All these
Hmm.
things to where it's just like, okay, I can see that coming a fucking mile away, and then when it happens, you're like, cool. Like I don't give a
Yeah.
shit because I already knew that. Whereas with
Yeah.
this, it's the opposite. They did build it
Hmm.
up to where it was going to be like, who's the devil? We're going to find out what that is. Blah 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 blah. And then they didn't, and I'm okay with that because honestly, I was anticipating that and I was expecting it, and I didn't get it. So I was like, you motherfuckers. All right, I'm gonna watch the next one. Like that's kind of the way I look
For
at it. I'm okay with it.
for me, it was like, oh, you didn't do it. Nah, I don't care anymore because I'm
Sure.
already not invested. I'm not gonna watch Dynamite just to watch one thing that I don't even know if they're gonna talk about anymore. Maybe some, with them, there's so much real shit that's been popping up backstage, coming out to light in front of everyone. Where it's
Right.
like maybe the devil had an issue with them in the fight. They just scrapped the storyline. I don't know because
That would be
they've done
hilarious.
things like that.
Yeah,
They've scrapped storylines and go, okay, let's bring this back. And it's like I don't care about this anymore. Like
sure.
I don't know. It's just
Well,
that's why I
I feel
go
like
ahead.
if you're gonna watch like so okay, if you're only watching Dynamite for one storyline though, then
Yeah.
you already don't give a shit about Dynamite. Like you already don't give a
Yeah.
shit
Which
about the
I
product.
right now I don't give a shit about
Yeah, well, okay.
Dynamite.
And that's fair. I mean, that's totally fair. And
Hmm.
also, I think if so, I don't think that they're
Collision's worse, by the way.
I forget Collision even exists.
Yeah.
But the way that it feels like though is that they're not talking to fans like you. Like
Hmm.
when I say that, I mean like they're not
They're
talking.
pussy. That's why.
Oh well, yeah, but like I think that they're not
Motherfuckers.
talking to fans that already don't give a shit about Dynamite. Like they're talking more to fans that are invested in the product as a whole, which I understand that because the people
That's a
I get it.
sorry.
No, it's a dumb strategy, but I
It
understand it.
is because you're losing fans.
Are you losing
Like,
fans or are you
yeah, because
developing a core fan base? Like
you're
it's
developing a core fan base while shaving it down at the same time.
I agree
Because
with that.
you develop your core fan base, you lose this interest. All right, fuck them. Let's keep focusing on these people. You do the same thing again. You're losing people if that way. If you really think about it,
I mean,
you're
yeah, and I don't think in the long run you are though. That's where I think it's different because I think like fly by night fair weather fans are only going to be there temporarily anyway,
Mm,
and I think that's fine. Like temporary fans are fine. Like sure, it might boost the ratings up, for 2 fucking weeks or whatever while a certain storyline is happening. But once that storyline's gone, you're gone. Like you no longer give a shit about them because the thing that you gave a fuck about is gone. Like so
mhm.
that's not the fan bases that they're trying to build. They're trying to build a fan base that actually wants to come back and watch every week because they're invested in the product as a whole, which
I was.
short-term business wise, bad idea. Long-term business wise, not a bad idea because long-term business wise, those people that are hardcore fans are going to buy the merch. They're going to be the ones that buy the tickets. They're going to be the ones that do all these things that actually make the company money. The people like you, or the people like, and that sounded very
They
shitty.
used to buy the merch. That actually buys the merch. Used
Right.
to buy the pay per views. That I don't care anymore. They just now lose my money. Like,
I mean, yeah, they will because you fucking don't give a shit and you
wait, but
stop.
how is this good? I don't understand.
Because again, you weren't somebody who was invested in it. You didn't give a fuck,
I
really.
was. That's what I'm trying to say. I was invested for a
I know,
long
and I'm
time.
calling you a liar, is what I'm saying. Like, I think
What?
you're a liar. I'm calling you a
I've been
liar.
watching them since they started.
I know, but what I'm saying is if this storyline is like the thing where you're like, well, now I don't give a shit anymore, then you never really gave a shit, honestly. You weren't a fan of AEW as a brand, which is fine. Like, honestly, if one
Wait,
storyline,
what?
yeah, dude, if one storyline can make you just go, well, fuck you, I'm not interested in your product anymore, then you weren't interested in the product. Like, just 100%. If one storyline is the thing that tips you over the edge, you don't give a
Well,
shit then.
it's not one storyline. I mean, let's be honest. This has been happening for the last year.
Has it though?
So
I can't think of any other storylines that they just
yeah,
started and then
no,
dropped
I'm talking
aside from
about
Jack
general.
Perry.
I'm not just saying this one storyline. That's it. I'm saying just like AEW as a whole, this past year to me has been going down the shitter. To me, and they had some good moments. I was like, oh, maybe they might change and come back, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, I was watching it because it was different. That's why I started watching in the beginning, and it's AEW's literally WWE light again. Like that's what it's turning into, and I think
Yeah,
they need to start
I don't
writing
agree.
better shit. They need this. Like, I get it. I get you want this guy to have his own storyline, let him do what he does. But if it's not good, you need to have writers. Like, I really feel like they need writers, and just letting the guy because he's a wrestler. Like, yeah, sure, he might have a good idea, but you give it to a team of people who might make it even better. You know, I'm not just
Okay,
saying the devil thing was cool for me. I'm just like whatever now, and I'm just like, all right, cool.
it
Something's
is.
gonna happen.
You're okay. So what you're saying is interesting though, because I disagree with you with the fact that AEW has been going down the shitter for the last year, because I don't think so at all. I think what they've been doing is I think they've been building things that are long-term storyline things that do have payoffs, and I think the payoffs are coming sooner than later.
I
I
hope.
think, I mean, honestly, yes, I do hope. I can't say for sure that I think it is, but I do hope it is. And you have something like for an example, like the MJF thing. Let's look at the MJF thing.
Yeah,
MJF and Adam Cole, they've been pulling off this whole we're best friends thing real fucking well, to the point where outside of the ring, I don't fucking know. Maybe they are best friends. I have no idea. But
they could
they've
be
been
best
pulling that off very well, to the
friends.
point that when one of them turns, which obviously is going to happen at some point,
Who do you
when
think it
one
is?
I think it's going to be Adam Cole that turns, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I do. But when that turn happens, that's going to be akin to like the Shawn Michaels Marty Jannetty turn in the barbershop. Like they've built it
Mhm.
up to that point to where like when that turn happens, people are going to be like fuck, like it's actually going to be like a thing that affects people as fans.
Mhm.
I think that's fine. I think the Adam Copeland fucking Christian thing, that's also being built up to a point where
I like
when
that one.
yeah, that one's good. That one's got a good pace to it. I
Mhm.
think that's great. They're building up House of Black to be this absolutely fucking unstoppable group. And they've been
Mhm.
doing that slowly but surely because they kind of fucked them a little bit at the beginning of the year. And then they
Mhm.
made a shift to where they're becoming like the new ministry, which is like, that's a good thing. Like, they're building them up to be monsters. They are
Mhm.
the only things that I think they're really fucking up on, honestly, is their women's division is a mess.
Yep.
They have too much shit going on. They have too many titles. They have like it's that part of it's a mess because
Mhm.
those titles keep on getting passed back and forth like nothing.
Yeah.
Like so that part sucks. But I think they're also trying to build up stars, a little bit more. Um Ring of Honor basically doesn't exist. Like fucking it's there, but like you have to be on
Yeah. It
Honor
sounds like
Club to even like watch it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're getting rid of it, Ring of Honor. What they're doing with the belts. I don't know if you
It's
heard about
yeah, it's
that.
weird. Yeah, it's weird.
That's the
Um,
thing. All these weird things. I hope it makes sense because it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, it's just so confusing to me.
well, I mean,
Like,
like
I hope it
again,
makes sense in the end, but
yeah, I mean, most of the stuff to me at least seems like it makes more sense than it doesn't. Like, I think the things that don't make sense are smaller, like smaller scale.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because to me, it seems like they're building up a lot of long term stuff that's going to work out well. That's what it looks like. That seems like they're laying a foundation down. But I really honestly can't think of anything over the last year that really made me like scratch my head really hard, aside from like a couple of storylines that were just dropped because somebody had to leave or somebody got injured or something like that. But there's nothing else that really like jumps out at me and says, well, like, they're falling apart. I mean, fucking
Mm.
enlighten me. Like, what is it about them that's
I
making
think
you see that?
for me it's an overtime thing, not so much a specific incident. It's just an overtime. You're getting great matches, but then what the hell else is going on? And it's very kind of boring to me in a way. I do like Julia Hart winning the belt. I
That
like
was well
those things,
deserved.
but also, yeah, but it's just like for me, it's I don't know, it's just like I right now I just don't care to watch Dynamite or Collision. They've and then they'll last minute just build the whole pay-per-view card, and it's just like that formula over and over again for like I wouldn't say the past year. All right, let's not say the year, but it's been recently. I mean, honestly, maybe it's been a year. It's just it's for me, that's how it feels. It's like I mean, we've talked about it. It's just like nothing's going on. Yeah, they're having good matches. Yeah, I see what they're doing here. All right, cool. They just have a card all of a sudden. And maybe there was one or two matches on this card specifically that were they actually built for a minute, so we knew it was coming.
Sure.
Maybe two or three. I don't know, but
Well,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
It's just like
they built
it's
they
not like
built
I'm not watching. It's just like they're it's like, yo, come on, man. Like I want to see something.
well, okay, so let's look at this lineup here and see what matches they actually did build. Okay, because like the Jay White MJF one, obviously they built that one. They built
Yeah.
the MJF Samoa Joe tag team match. They did
Okay.
build that up from the pre-show. They didn't build up the three-way or four-way, whatever the fuck it was. They did not build up the women's match at all. The one with
Yeah.
Chris and
But
Julia Hart and
this
everything like that.
yeah, I say like there's a lot of them where they're just like, yeah, these guys have been feuding the last few weeks. I guess let's just put them in the match,
Right. So yeah, like that
and they
one
do
didn't have
that.
that one didn't have really any build. Hangman and Swerve obviously had build.
Hmm.
Jericho and Kenny Omega versus the
That was
Bucks.
the last 2 weeks.
That was the last 2 weeks, but it was also a little bit of a slow build prior to that.
I mean,
Like,
but that's just them taking things that are like kind of together and just going, oh, let's just start doing this for the next 2 weeks.
well,
Like
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
It wasn't even that. It was like because the Jericho Omega thing actually started like 4 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, but then it like really
Mhm.
got invested the last 2 weeks, which
Yeah,
I'm kind of okay with because what the fuck else are you gonna do with it? You can't have them have a match within that month because then it's just like a rematch, and that's you
right.
can't do that. But um, so that one had some build. I'll say some build.
Yeah,
Um,
so
there was obviously there was the Adam Copeland, Sting, Darby Allen, versus Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne and Christian. That's been building for a while.
yeah.
So that one's been going.
All right, we'll
Um,
give it some props because honestly, I shouldn't be one to talk about planning things ahead and doing things last minute because of our thing Saturday. So
that's I mean that's fair.
that's a very last minute thing. So
Well, yeah, I'm legitimately trying to think though because there also
yeah,
was
it's
like
like
there's the international title match which was Orange Cassidy
that
versus
felt that felt
that
more like a what they should have did when they just reset everything and redid everything.
that kind of is what that felt like, yeah.
Yeah.
Um
It was just like that match was supposed to happen that way a month ago or whatever it was.
they're like, yeah, so we're gonna do that now.
Hmm.
The Will Ospreay announcement was cool, but everybody knew it was Will Ospreay, so like there was no surprise to that at all.
Yeah, I didn't
Also,
care.
I'm unfortunately on the low end of this totem pole when it comes to that though, because I don't fucking like Will Ospreay. Like I'm not a fan of his. Like I like his matches are great, but him I don't like his like promos. I don't like his ring personality. Like I don't
I
like
think
his
his
TV
promos can get
personality.
better.
His promos can get better, but I just don't like them. Like I just
He's a British Logan Paul.
yeah, he's so fucking broy. Like I just don't like it. Like
I think that's why he kind of
I'm all
gets
elite,
catchy.
bruv. Like fuck off.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
My thing with that um is like, okay, he's been working with them for a year. Oh, you signed a contract with them. Okay. Because that news to me is not that big because you've been signing everybody for like the past year. So like
Right.
are you signing news is like whatever, unless you signed I don't know, fucking a basketball player to
Right.
AEW, or
Yeah.
I was thinking Randy Johnson. You signed
You're
a
right.
baseball player. He's old now. He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Holy shit! But
Oh my
like I was just
god.
like, yeah, it's a big deal. I guess cool, whatever. To the norm wrestling fan that watches a lot of wrestling, sure, that's a big deal to you. But to people that they should be trying to get new fans from, it's just like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, it'll
I
be
was kind of hoping he went to WWE,
that would have
but
been more interesting to me actually
yeah,
because I've seen him do a bunch of matches with people on AEW before, like just throughout New Japan and throughout AEW. But also, like again,
yeah.
I love Will Ospreay's in ring work 100%. I'll always watch his matches. and I'll always like be entertained by his matches. I just
Mhm.
do not give a fuck about his storylines. So he's one of the few that I'm like, I don't. Your storyline can fuck off. Like, but you in the
I
ring, I'll
will.
watch you all day long.
I did love him and Kenny Omega.
No, it was great. I
They're
just didn't
good.
give a shit
Yeah.
about that. The storyline did nothing to make that match better for me, though. That's again because
Mm,
I just didn't give a shit. But the match
okay.
itself was awesome, like really, really good. So I can't
Yep.
even, yeah, I can't complain about that. Um, so yeah, this Saturday, talk about
Yeah,
poor
man.
planning, but last minute, but fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
it's it's fine.
so backstory. I kind of wanted to do this with SummerSlam. Didn't know what to do. Um, didn't know if it was okay. I didn't want to get the bar in trouble. I don't even know if there's a thing like, you can't show at the event. I don't know what the hell the rule is. I don't even think that rule exists anymore. They're just like, who cares? You
No,
know?
it
And it
exists. It exists. Like,
okay,
yeah.
whatever. We're gonna find out because um the owner didn't care. He was like, I want let's watch it and have fun. And I was like, yeah, because he's a wrestling fan too. So we canceled SummerSlam, although I wasn't feeling SummerSlam for good reason. And I was like, let's wait. And I was like, oh yeah, Survivor Series on a Saturday, weekend of Thanksgiving weekend. A lot of people leave town.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know if they had anything going on that Saturday. And I was like, I'll take the back room. We'll just watch Survivor Series and hang out and bullshit. And then he's like, yeah, let me see if anyone else after that day. He's like, oh, there's this improv team. I was like, fuck improv. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And then he's like, all right, I want wrestling. You get it. It's like, yeah, fuck improv. Fucking
That's funny.
losers. I hate improv so much. They're so stupid. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
kidding. I have some
I
friends that do
mean,
improv.
you can say
I
you're
like them.
kidding, but we know you're not kidding.
I know. Majority of improv can suck my dick.
Yeah,
But
I'm kidding. And
yeah.
uh,
Yeah, man, fucking having a watch party, Survivor Series. My order pizza. I don't know if it's 100% thing. I want to. So,
I mean, if we have
usually
like
if I want to order food, I'm gonna fucking do it. So it seems like
right,
it's gonna
right.
happen.
If we have like,
uh,
I feel like if we have pre-sales or like pre-reservations or whatever, and there's
mhm.
actually going to be people there, I might fuck around and order that that fucking abomination of a Thanksgiving pizza. I might order that and bring
Ooh,
it. I might I might order
where's that store?
it's in Astoria, but like it's
Oh,
it's travelable.
yeah, yes, we gotta have that. We gotta make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's on Eventbrite. The page has no views. It's been on for a few days. So weird, no
I
views. I might
didn't
have to
even
tweak
know it
some
was on
things.
Eventbrite. That's why it has
I
no views.
so
I didn't know that
I
until
was
right now.
gonna
Like
I was gonna get into it. So the reason I know it doesn't matter. I haven't really promoted it yet. The reason why it's on Eventbrite is because if you actually reserve RSVP, so I get your fucking email for my comedy show.
mhm.
I'm evil. No, but if you reserve, you
Building an
get
email
entered.
list.
Yeah, I'm building it to
Yeah.
take over the world. Um, if you reserve, you get an entry into the Thunder Rosa doll I've been trying to give away for a long time now. For the
Oh
love of
yeah.
God, somebody take it. So we're gonna do a little giveaway, and it's a Thunder Rosa Blood and Guts action figure. I get up to have it right there next to me, but I have it unopened, brand new from Ringside Collectibles. God, for the love of God, someone take this from me. So hopefully, if people reserve, we'll do a giveaway. Some people show up. I don't know who's gonna show up. We'll try to do a number thing and we'll just give it away. If nobody shows up, I'm giving it to Jeff because least I could do
I
for
mean,
him letting
Jeff
me,
rules.
yeah, for letting me be at Pine Box for his entire year. So yeah, have an action figure. But yeah, no, just it's free. There's no cover. There's people charging covers to watch Survivor Series.
Yeah, that's where you
But
can get in trouble with it because that's
yeah,
actually what the rule is. I think that a bar can't like
can't charge people to watch a pay-per-view
well, no, it's not that.
unless you have to pay them for that.
Yeah, you have to like that's where the rule comes kind of into place. So if you
Hmm.
do it in like a back room, that's different. And also
Yeah.
if you don't charge for a cover, that's also different. So
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm just trying to think like that's no, I'm just trying to think is like what
maybe
we're
it makes a lot
yeah,
of sense
yeah,
because that's why you won't get in trouble because it's not
yeah.
really showing at the bar. We're showing in the back room. We're just
It's
hanging
more or
out,
less, yeah, I'd say it's more or less just a hang, having some pizza.
having some pizza, get some drinks at the bar. They do have soda at the bar and water at the bar.
I'm
So
sure
I'm
they
not
can
gonna
make
order
mocktails. They're
drinks.
fucking easy.
Yeah, they have really good drinks too. If you're, and just hang out. We'll just bullshit and watch a pay-per-view. Maybe we'll see CM Punk. I don't fucking know. And yeah, I put it on Eventbrite to try to give away the thing, but
Are you? What do
I
you?
gotta
What do you
promote
think
it
is going
first.
to happen with the CM Punk thing? Do you think he's going to show up?
No, I think he's gonna be home, old and sad.
Yeah, I'm
That's
kind of
it.
the same. I don't think there's any fucking chance he shows up at all. Like
Mhm.
I
He's just like people don't understand. He's fucking with you. Like he's because you guys are such losers on the internet where you read into every little fucking thing. Oh my god, he posted the song. That means you know what that means. He's just like laughing
yeah, he's
his ass
trolling
off because he
everybody.
doesn't like you. He
Yeah,
doesn't. He's just like
he's never liked you. He's never liked
no.
you or me.
Likes your money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's never given a fuck
doesn't
about them.
care. He's
Um,
making fun of you.
dude, if he does show up, I'm gonna be really bummed. I'm actually,
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
gonna
him.
be not excited at all. That's actually gonna ruin. That's gonna ruin it for me for a while.
Yeah,
I
I
don't want
will
him
make us.
anywhere near it.
I swear to God, if CM Punk comes back at Survivor Series, we will start reviewing XPW on here. That's how bad things will get.
Yeah,
They have a
listen,
show this
you know
Saturday
my
too.
opinion
We
on
will
that
review
shit
that.
too. I'll fucking watch
Mhm.
that and review it
The
over CM Punk.
Drive-In Massacre this Saturday.
Fucking
Drive-In, fucking. There's no parking over there. Like how the
right.
fuck?
How you gonna call it a drive-in?
I
Um,
commented. I commented. There was a post about it too, and I commented XPW park here and get towed because
nice.
the only parking is a fucking mechanic shop. You can't park there.
My comment on wrestling groups of the week today was actually today because somebody posted on there and said, uh why the fuck didn't I know that Tyler Rex is transgender? And I fucking like I like first off I started laughing and then I like commented on it at the end and I was like, clearly you didn't listen to all of Tony Khan's major announcements. I was just like I was like, why the fuck? Like this guy was so like, what? Well,
That was an
listen,
issue for him.
Gabby has been talking about this for quite some time, my guy. Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
okay, man. She makes me come.
yeah, don't worry about it. Like, you needn't worry about her anymore. She's doing great.
Imagine like that was probably his issue. Like he was just like, holy shit, that's a wrestler. What the
Yeah.
fuck? I just came. This is
Oh
bullshit.
no. Oh no, I can't believe
God
now I have
damn
to
it.
go back in my life and realize that I came to Tyler Rex however
Son of a
long ago.
bitch.
Like, oh man. Yeah,
I
that
just
was
came to dick. No, all right.
no. Like he's freaking out.
It's like the guy on Twitter earlier. It's like,
Yeah,
what the
dude.
fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
Can I
dude.
bring that up?
Fucking yeah,
I'll bring that up.
absolutely.
No,
Goddamn
there's a
right.
guy. Oh well, it's about wrestling. So somebody, there was a thing on Twitter. Apparently people were talking about the deathmatch stuff and they hate it. And there was a guy on Twitter that tweeted, apparently that there's something wrong with people who enjoy watching wrestlers, quote unquote wrestlers, roll around in glass. So I look at the guy's profile. His name's Family Man, Mitch Bennett, 69. In his
Nice.
bio it says awake, not woke, anti-genital mutilation, anti-dick chopper. And I was like, this guy has anti-genital mutilation in his bio. I'm sorry, something's wrong with who again?
And then he had to
And then he,
salt it at the end with you what there's
yeah,
only two genders. It's just like you're such a cunt. Like just oh
it
yeah,
was so
God.
weird. His profile is Guile from Street Fighter
Yeah,
too,
like
which
none
is
of it makes
insane.
sense.
Yeah, because I like Guile. This is go home and be a family man. Shut up.
Shut
And
the
then he
fuck up.
responded to me by saying, "You're triggered because I'm against cutting baby dicks." I fucking lost it.
Yeah, dude. What a fucking
That's your way to make baby dicks your thing, man. It's, hey, what's up? I'm Kyle. I'm 23, and I think we should stop cutting off baby dicks. Just so you know, that's all
I
I'm all about.
I was
Like, what
out
the
in
fuck?
Union Square like 6 years ago.
Great segue.
No, it is. No, it makes sense. It
No,
goes towards the dick chopping.
yeah, that's why.
So there was the militant circumcision people that were out there and they were holding big ass signs that were like pro foreskin, which
Nice.
whatever, like your cause is your cause. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
your dick skin
Cause is
makes
your
no
cause.
difference to me at all. But they were holding up these things saying foreskin is great. And it was big signs that said foreskin is great. And
So good. It's like
I
chicken
don't know.
skin.
This is
It's
okay. So
like,
this was like right before. That's actually what flock chips are made out of. Not a sponsor. But they were.
they smack themselves in the face. This is so good. Why do I love this so much?
It's so chewy. So this was right before I got sober. Is actually this and that
I
ties
get
into this
sober
too.
too after that. Yeah.
This was right before I got sober. So hold on, my cat is absolutely like, why the fuck is your door closed? So
You heard foreskin.
yeah, no, he doesn't like hearing about foreskin. He's just like, I don't have any balls left. Don't talk about genital mutilation near me.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so yeah, he's got the little ballless satchel down there. He's less of a man. But so I was very fucked up when I saw this sign and I saw these people holding him out there, and for whatever reason my brain was like, I have to troll these people now. Like, but it was like one of those things where I was drunk already to the point where I was like, how can I not fuck with these people? I have to. They're just joyously walking around with basically wrestling signs that are pro foreskin.
Yes.
So I went over to the Staples that was right over there, and I got a piece of like a poster board construction paper thing.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, it was very nice. And I got like a marker and I wrote on that paper something. And I walked back over there and I said that I wanted to stand with them. And they were very happy that I wanted to stand with them. So I stood next to this guy with the sign that said foreskin is great, with my sign that said sauteed with a wine butter reduction. and and I put a hashtag recipe or something like that. Lasted for about 5 seconds before he saw my sign and he was very pissed. He was very unhappy. He's like, that's not the message that we're trying to send. I was like, you mean cooking foreskin is not the fucking message you're trying to send? No shit, guy. Like, clearly this was a joke. And one of my friends took a picture of it, and I need to find that picture because it's still one of my favorites. Because the guy, he took the picture right when the guy saw my sign, like next to his, and the immediate anger on his face was just one of my favorite things ever. He was so mad. How
It'll
dare
be
you
funny
turn
if
my
you
love of foreskin into a recipe?
if only you had like some extra time and just put a picture of Guy Fieri, like,
yeah. Yeah, it was something like that. It was like I put like more ingredients than just a wine butter reduction. Like it was like there was like onion in there, mushroom. Like it was.
Should have wrote down a whole. Yeah, you wrote down a whole list, and then some people took pictures. And were like, "Hey, what the fuck?
Like, what's going on?" Like, no,
why are you doing that?
Yeah, like the whole sign basically said, because it was like foreskin is great with a blah 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 blah. So the whole like sign next to each other looked like we were working together, telling people this is how you prepare foreskin when you have guests over and for dinner. Like these are appetizers. It's human calamari is actually what it is. Yeah,
ladies.
Yeah. Nice and
like some calamari.
This calamari's gone bad, bro.
Dude, need more.
Yeah,
not crunchy enough,
dude. There's nothing worse than biting into a thing of calamari and realizing that they used bad calamari. Like it's just like, oh no.
Yeah, I told this place I ordered pizza from because I was like, yeah, let me try the calamari. Sure, why not? And they had good pizza, so I was like, maybe the calamari would be good. And it was not. It was awful. The Thai place by me makes better calamari than them. And I was like, yeah, please, I'm gonna keep ordering food from you, but don't ever make calamari ever again. You should take
just don't do it. Just take it off.
It was bad. It wasn't even chewy. It like literally fell apart as soon as you bit it.
Like, that means it's bad. Like it's gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky you didn't get like violent blood shits from that.
No, I'm blocked. I'm blocked everywhere, so it's just it just goes through.
I ate too much cheese. It's just just a whole traffic jam in there.
Hey, I'm dying from something else, so that's like nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, what matches are you excited about for Survivor Series?
The main event. Maybe the Damage Control.
I like that, dude. Damage Control's become a super group. I love it.
Yeah, they're fun.
They were, you know what though? This is an interesting thing. This is an interesting thing too, because Damage Control was dying. Like that was a fucking faction that was just dying a slow agonizing death, and
Mm-hmm.
then they bring in Asuka and Kairi,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like this mega group, just like fucking awesome faction. Um, and inevitably, when Dakota Kai's knee recovers and she's back to like rocking it full time,
Mm-hmm.
they're all gonna turn on Bailey and kick her the fuck out, which is fine. Like she did
Yeah.
her job. Like she did what she needed to. And do you think Jade Cargill shows up at Survivor Series?
And now that you brought it up, maybe I forgot about her, to be honest with you. Which was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, look at her going to WWE, hype her up, and then I haven't heard about her since. I
Yeah,
mean, I haven't really watched NXT recently. So maybe she was been showing up there.
no, she showed
But
up at the last takeover, and that's it. Like that's the last time we
oh,
saw her.
okay.
Yeah,
Right. So maybe she might show up. That's actually not a bad idea. So
because she's been at the PC for sure. I love
mhm.
that Meltzer. Like I don't like Meltzer, but I love that he said that he thinks that they saw her wrestle and they were like, "Why don't we pump the brakes on this fucking debut?" Like
Yeah.
that's basically what he said, which is hilarious to me because I mean I like Jade, but a
Mhm.
good wrestler she is not, and she hasn't been ever. In fact, like I've never seen a match from her where I was like, that was good.
I mean,
At
she
least as
can
far as
be.
the wrestling. Sure, she
Yeah.
can be. I don't think she's there yet though.
Okay.
So I think they're probably going to protect her a little bit like AEW did, in the sense that I
Mhm.
think she's going to be a squasher for a while.
Hmm.
Which I'm fine with.
That sounded weird at first.
Yeah, but
It's like,
you
oh,
get it.
she's a squasher.
Yeah.
That's she's
Did you say a squatcher? No, I said a squasher.
she's squasher. She
Yeah.
squashes like a motherfucker.
um, but yeah, I
Like a
think
motherfucker, man.
like a motherfucker. I think that's what they're gonna do with her. I think they're gonna protect her in that sense to where she doesn't have to put up any crazy matches. Maybe she can injure Nia Jax for a change. I don't know. Like maybe that'll
Oh
happen.
God, that'd be great. She's so good. She
It'd be
comes in and
funny.
fucking breaks her face.
That would be funny. She comes
Oh
in like
man, she
power
just gets
bombs her.
fired.
It's just like, holy shit,
Yeah,
yeah, you broke like 8 ribs. Like
yeah, she gets fired again.
um,
Yes.
so yeah, there's that. The main event I think is gonna be good.
Mhm.
And I think there's a possibility. Oh, excuse me. I think there's a possibility that at the end of the War Games match, Damian Priest cashes in. I think there's a
Mm.
possibility of that. And
Okay.
I think this is what I think could happen. And I think if it does, it would work really well. Either A, Damian Priest takes the title, I'm fine with because I'm cool with him getting a push. He's been great. I think he'd be
Okay.
great as a transitional champion. He would be fine. But I think what would actually be more interesting is if he cashes in, does the shit, whatever he's gonna do to take Seth Rollins out, and
Mm-hmm.
then Judgment Day turns on him. Rather than him winning the title, they fucking stop the pin and just mob style beat the fuck out of him. Like straight up,
Okay.
like the reverse gang initiation. Like beat the shit out of him, kick him out of the fucking group. All of a sudden, you've made Damian Priest like a monster babyface, and he starts taking down Judgment Day one by one. So
Okay.
I think that's also possible, and I
I
think
have a
that would be
question for you.
a cool twist.
Yeah, no, what? I have a question for you.
What's up?
If CM Punk was actually coming back, how do you see him coming back? Like if he were to show up in Survivor Series. How? How?
If he comes back, I think it would be similar to the way that Bray Wyatt came back at Extreme Rules. Very, 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 very last minute. Like you see the little thing in the corner where it's just like, the
You don't
copyright thing or whatever. And then all of a
mhm.
sudden CM Punk's music hits.
You don't see him being involved in anything going on right now? That
Nope.
would make sense.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think
So
so at all. I think
let
what'll
me
happen if he does is I think it'll be that thing at the very end, the music hits, and then like you either see him walk out or something like that and just look
mhm.
at the crowd, or like they do some dumb WWE shit, like they have a graphic that's like just his hand with the X on it or some shit. You know what I mean? Just some
Okay.
WWE thing. But that's where I think. I think if they bring him back, it'll be at the very, very, very end.
Okay. I got something crazy to pitch to you.
Okay.
And goddamn it, I wish I was a writer for WWE. All right, this would be really a big storyline. Okay, say if Punk was coming back, it's official. Nobody knows Punk's coming back. How do you fit him in the current storylines?
Okay. I don't have any way to fit him into a current storyline.
All right, the Judgment Day has been talking a lot about who the leader is. I don't
Oh,
know
if
if
you
you
bring
noticed
back
that.
CM Punk as the leader, that would suck. But like it would
Wait. As Judgment Day?
Yeah.
Well, so the idea is Damian cashes in on Seth,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, oh fuck, here we go.
Sure.
Then you hear CM Punk's music, and you're like, what the fuck? Holy shit, he's back.
Yeah.
He comes in, tells Damian, give me the briefcase. I'm cashing it at him because Punk's the leader. And he cashes it in and becomes a champ. And
I
he's
would
like, fuck you,
immediately
Seth. You talk all that shit. Go fuck yourself. I am the new leader of the Judgment Day. That would be the dopest shit ever.
I would immediately stop watching WWE. Like I would without a question, I would be done with
That's a big
WWE for a while.
shock, though.
Super shock. Horrible idea.
Horrible? I don't know. It'd just
Horrible.
be like a holy shit, Punk is actually the world heavyweight champion.
No,
and
no,
now
it
you're
would
definitely watching Raw because you know he's gonna go off with Judgment Day.
I'm not at all. I'm not watching Raw at all. In
I
fact,
don't know.
I'm not even checking the internet for Raw at that point. Like, no, I get what you're saying though. It would be a crazy shock. It would be huge. A lot of people
because
would
now
want
they
them.
could.
A
You could
lot of
build
people would be
Seth versus
very
Punk.
into it. Seriously, no, CM Punk versus Seth would be great, I guess. But like, yeah, it would be good for a lot of people. I am not one of those people. I would hate it so much because first off, I don't like I don't like CM Punk. But on top aside from that, having him come in and like pull a thing where like he pulls a swerve and wins the title on his first like that's straight up like fucking Hulk Hogan finger of doom shit. And I don't like that at all.
Okay. The whole point of it is for them to have three match feud where Seth gets the title back.
Sure. Yeah, and I
Seth
get that.
Becomes like the whole point is at the end Seth gets it back.
Yeah, and
it's not like Punk is keeping it and Punk is champ. This is literally for just I'm the leader, Damian, you give me the briefcase because I'm cashing it in. Holy shit, Punk is the champ. He's the leader of Judgment Day. Makes Seth life living hell. Seth battles it with Judgment Day with Punk. They build a 3-month whatever match feud.
Yeah, they could
maybe till Mania and
yeah.
Punk comes in as champ, main event of Mania versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins win. It works out to me. I think that'd be pretty cool.
It would give it would give CM Punk the thing that he's wanted from WWE the whole time, which is his main event at WrestleMania.
Doesn't have to be win the belt. You know?
No, just the main event. Which could work. I mean, it could work. The thing is that I don't think. First off, Seth Rollins legitimately hates that guy. Like, there's but I'm saying like to the point where I don't even know if Seth would work with him. Like Seth hates him. Like, you think he would? I don't know if he would.
He will. He won't like it, but he will.
I just don't think. No, I
don't think he can't do that in WWE. That's the thing. It's WWE. If Triple H says you guys are gonna work together and I don't fucking like him either, but you guys use that shit and we're gonna make really good television. Fuck it. I think they would.
I mean, but WWE, even though like that's not a common thing that's done, there's a lot.
They haven't done it in a while.
No, but I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers on the higher side of WWE, which I'm assuming Seth Rollins and like Roman Reigns are one of them, to where they do have the creative veto control to be like, I'm not going to fucking do that. Like, I think honestly, probably the only 3 to 4 people that even have that like that power to do that are Brock, Roman, and Seth. And Cody.
Well, Roman's on the way out.
Right, but that's also different too. But I mean, those 4, I think, are the only ones that have that veto power to be like, I'm not doing that storyline. Because like I know Brock has it for sure. Like Brock literally has refused to work with people multiple times. But I think Seth has that. I think Roman has that. And I think Cody has that.
I think they would work with him. If it made sense, I think it'd be really hard for them to say, I'm not working. I think it's hard to do that there. I do think they would do it because they'll just I think it'd make really good television. That's what they're all about. They're all team play. Like there's this whole thing. When was it? I
Would
forgot.
make good TV.
Here's
You are right
here's
about
it. This is what I'm trying to like. I guess how I feel the way it is over there. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But also,
that.
sorry, there was this whole thing on the news with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They were like, oh, they got into a fight backstage after their main event match because the match didn't go a certain way.
Right.
And
I
that came
remember
out
that.
to be bullshit. Like, yeah, they had an argument, but they were just like, it is what it is. They didn't blow up with you should have did this. They were just like, all right,
Right.
next time. There's a whole different mentality compared to backstage on AEW where everyone just fucking loses their shit and goes, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think at the end of the day, Seth will work with Punk. And although he won't like it, they make something really good out of it. They can use that to go towards the make this whole thing real thing.
Sure. They would use the whole
I think it
calling
would
him
be
a
sick. It's
cancer
like,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, Punk is the Judgment Day, and then how do you kick out Punk from the Judgment Day? You
How
always
do
kick
you
him out.
kick
Rhea
him
beat
out?
the shit out of him.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could have Rhea do it. You could I mean, you could also have Finn Balor come back to actually being a fucking main event wrestler like he should be. You could
Yeah.
have that happen.
Mhm.
But I also think, there's also a couple other things like, who I forgot even works for WWE anymore? Fucking Gallows and Anderson. Like I forgot they
Yeah.
work for the fucking company. So, and I
Mhm.
know it's because AJ Styles is on the shelf, but you've got so much history also going back to Japan that they've been like talking about more on television that also could start bringing stuff up. Like Finn Balor for sure could fucking take out AJ Styles and reform his version of the Bullet Club and just call it Balor Club. And
Yeah.
they could do that. They could have like a thing where AJ Styles fucking ends up being, the leader of the Judgment Day and kicks Finn
Um
Balor out. Like there's all sorts of shit that can happen.
yeah, I was thinking like maybe the reason why they haven't been on TV for a while is because they recently wrestled for other promotions. And that's
No,
what
they've
they
been
do
on
with
main
like
they've been on main event and shit like that. They just don't
I
have
mean,
anything
yeah.
for them. Same thing
But
with
like
Nikki
they
Cross. Nikki Cross,
mhm.
they don't have anything for her. She's been doing it on main event.
I feel like with them, those guys should be allowed to wrestle for independence and do that thing where like, yeah, you still work for WWE, but you can also wrestle for these guys because we have nothing for you right now. That
Right.
way, instead of just releasing them where they're just gonna sign them later on, they're just we still got them, but you're allowed to work for them. I have more people wanting to come to WWE because they allow that shit.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, you're either on TV a lot or you're still under contract, but also getting allowed to work independence, which would be a cool thing to start doing. I think they did it with the two, I guess guys that've been there for a long time now, like Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
They did that with. He kind of trusts Carl,
Oh
though
yeah,
he
yeah,
hasn't
because he
been
went and
there that
fought. He
long.
went and fought Muda and
He
got
went
called
back.
a homosexual. So like
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
that was
That was
yeah. I
that
feel
worked
like
out.
WWE probably looked at that and was like, maybe it wasn't the best idea to let him
Yeah.
fight an aging Japanese man who's been hit in the head multiple times. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
What also is another thing that has been in the back of my head that they might do that I know would probably piss a lot of people off, but
Mm.
character wise, like just persona and character wise, it would make sense for them to come back and be like the leader of a group like the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Is Karrion Cross. I think
Mm.
there's also that possibility where like one of those things where like the lights go out and the lights come back on, Karrion Cross is standing behind, insert person here, whether it's Finn or Damien, and just
Mm-hmm.
fucking chokes him out with the cross jacket and
Mm-hmm.
then stands up and, it's all the Judgment Day together. Like I could see that because Karrion Cross's character would fit fucking perfect as the leader of the Judgment Day. And
Yeah.
it would give him kind of that boost that his character is needed to get his
Mm-hmm.
character back to being like that fucking destroyer from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that I could see also happening, which I was thinking about that last week because Karrion Cross has been off of TV for a while, and there's been rumors that Triple H has some big stuff in order for him, and I'm like, that actually might be something that could be an interesting swerve.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
don't
it.
know, dude. There's lots of options. There really is.
But point is, I'm looking forward to watching Survivor Series and Raw. I don't care to watch
I am.
AEW Dynamite this week.
No, I am. I'm looking forward to both of those. And also, like, I will say this, going back to Full Gear, I was not looking forward to watching Full Gear. I'll say that. I didn't give a flying fuck. Like,
Yeah, I was just like, yeah,
I
I'm
almost
home. I guess
forgot
I'll
it was
watch it.
on. I literally
Mm-hmm.
almost forgot it was on.
Mm.
Oh, really quick, before we wrap this up, in
Yeah.
other wrestling news, um, NWA is basically done. Like, dude, fucking, I was reading up on that. It's like Billy Corgan's been paying for this shit out of pocket for like since he's been there. First off, fucking
They just did the
terrible idea,
dumbest.
bro. Terrible idea. Jesus Christ, why would you do that? And then also
You
on
may
top,
rinse, yeah.
dude, and then on top of that, they're like, now he's finally like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to cut some motherfuckers. Like, and so he's just gonna start like culling the herd and like slicing the roster down to like
Mm-hmm.
8 people that are left. Like,
Yeah,
just,
like the real NWA, like the
dude.
old school shit.
Oh man. Which
Terrible.
sucks. Dude, it really sucks because like the NWA could be cool. Like I like studio wrestling, it's cool looking. Like the power thing, it's cool. But like ever since Billy Corgan took it over, man, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He
It's
really
been
doesn't. Like,
dog shit.
oh man, it's been real bad. And that whole Tyrus thing just didn't help at all because there's a lot of wrestlers that are like, fuck you. Like Effie. That
Yeah.
was just like, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Which good for
yeah,
Effie. I'm
him.
glad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, NWA is pretty much toast. Whereas Impact is getting better. Like shit's topsy turvy.
Listen, they just announced a name. Doesn't mean it's getting better. We'll see. So I'm
No,
interested, though. I will
yeah,
say I am
them
interested.
going back to TNA is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in the indies too. Like deathmatch wrestling's been fucking popping off left and right.
Circle
There's been all
6,
sorts of
baby.
crazy shit. Circle
Circle
6.
6. Every event is free except King of the Deathmatch at the end of December. That's not free, but you get on fight. I think early if you buy it before December 1st, something like that. $15, something like that. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
I believe
Yeah,
that's what it
discount if you buy the pay-per-view now. But every other show that they've put out, like they had an event Highway to Hell in LA last night, free.
Yeah.
Because they were smart. They were like, listen, everyone in the beginning was like, well, when they're streaming it, that's what that was the complaint was. Like, when they're streaming it, wow, a company that doesn't stream shit. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was like, yeah, well, we're gonna eventually put it on for free too. We're gonna put everything on and for free. And then look now, you got Circle 6-7 every week. It's a weekly show, and you got the shows on YouTube for free that you can just watch. You don't have to be in LA or anywhere.
Yep.
And it's been awesome. It's been fun. You know.
What else? Oh, it is cool actually. I like what Circle 6 is doing. I saw a post from Bam Sullivan saying that he's going against who the fuck is he? I can't remember who he's going against, but it's going to be in Mexico at the Zona 23 junkyard, which is going to be fucking cool. That I'm looking forward to because anything like it's weird because Zona 23 is one of those things where like it kind of feels like those old Faces of Death videos, you know, like it's janky ass production, it's grimy ass cameras. They're literally fighting in a junkyard, you know, like doing crazy shit. And I think Bam Sullivan going there doing the junkyard, that'll be like top tier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a combination event. Zona 23 is teaming up with is it CZW or no, it's GCW.
It's usually GCW.
Yeah, it's GCW and Zona 23, and they're doing the entire event's going to be in the junkyard, which I think is dope. So that's another.
Oh, he's facing Arrow Boy.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that whole event's going to be cool. And you know, whatever. I'll give XPW credit where credit's due. They've put on some fun shit.
Shout out to Cass.
Fuck yeah, dude. Shout out to Cass. He
so cool.
fucking doing it in Japan.
Yeah.
Living out a dream that he's had. So definitely shout out to Cass. That's cool.
So happy for him. I told him too. I was like, I remember it was like I told him, like, dude, like I was like, you're very you know what I love about Cass? Cass is very like, you know, obviously do it yourself make your own shit,
Right.
which I love that attitude, because you shouldn't rely on other people or anything like that. Just doing things your own way and just whatever. And he's doing it, and it's not because of anyone else except him. So it's very inspiring that to do your shit your way. I don't, and I'm kind of have plans for next year for something cool. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, dude, he's doing cool shit. He's doing great
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and he is definitely kind of one of those dudes, you want to root for. He's
Mm-hmm.
been doing it for a long time. He's been doing it himself. He's been making his own way, and I know that shit's not easy. I've seen that with him too, like just in general. I do like that he used a tiny Satan's cock in in his fucking match in Japan.
The baby.
It was a little one. It was a wee one.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, he cast rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, New Fear City's also putting on fucking cool shit. They've
December
been
1st. That's the
they're
next
put
show.
Yep, they're putting on cool shit. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's actually like, as wrestling fans, we're eating good. We have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stuff on our plates, which is great stuff. And it's a lot of stuff to the point where the really shitty stuff we kind of don't have to watch. Like, there's
We
plenty
don't.
of
There's just a
there's
lot of it.
really there's plenty of other stuff around to where if it's shit, we don't have to watch it. Um
Yes.
but yeah, Survivor Series this weekend, Saturday,
Yeah,
Pine
man.
Box.
Max Rock Shop. There's some cool drinks, some
They
cool
do.
little specials, and
It's a cool venue.
it's great. I do my show there.
Mm-hmm.
They've been awesome. Last
When's your
show we
next
had
one?
a
When's
good
your next show?
crowd. December 1st. That's the next one. December 1st at 9. So if you're going to New York City, you could come there because it's like literally a 10-minute walk away from Brooklyn Monarch.
Nice.
So come there, and so like I try and make sure the show ends around 10:30 or earlier
Sure.
than that.
Very
10:30.
nice.
And you can start walking towards, because that's when doors start for New Fear City. 10:30. Show starts around 11. So
There you
it
go.
works out perfect. So after the show
Double up.
ends, I'm going straight there. You get more fucked up. So
Yeah. Double it up on
yeah,
there. That's good shit.
yeah.
Um,
What about
yeah.
you?
I've got the Traumedy Hour coming up on December 20th at Star Bar. That's the next one.
Nice.
We have a couple of headliners that we've reached out to that we're waiting on, and if either one of them are open for it, it's going to be a pretty major show. So,
Ooh, can you say who yet?
well, one of them I reached out to was Judah Friedlander. So if Judah's
Nice.
available, Judah's always down. And Judah's great. Even if Judah's not
Mhm.
available, I'll fucking plug what he's doing. Judah's fantastic. He's been doing a cool thing ever since the pandemic. Actually, he's been doing also these like Zoom pay what you can shows, like
Mhm.
occasionally, because he does his stuff like out in the world. But for people that just either have an issue getting out of the house and coming out to see shows and whatnot, he's been doing it since the pandemic, where he'll pop on and he'll do like a full headline set, and
Mhm.
let people come out and check it out. And it's one of those cool pay what you can things, to where if you just if you happen to be hurting for money that week and you need some laughs, fucking pop onto the show.
Mhm.
He's been working with charities and stuff, and bringing some more eyes to some issues that have been happening in New York that desperately need more eyes. um like the issues with asylum seekers outside of the Roosevelt Hotel that have been
Mhm.
fucking out there for months at this point. He's been helping with that stuff. Like, he's been doing a lot of like really good stuff, like both for comedy and also for New York. So
Nice.
yeah, I reached out to him, and if he headlines on the 20th, it's gonna be awesome, because he'll be doing like a full 45 to 60 minute set. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, so we'll see. um
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what we got going on there. And then
Yeah.
if you're into horror, another goddamn horror podcast, we've been doing some really cool shit. So you
Mhm.
can definitely see that. We just did a live show in Austin, Texas at the Altercation Fest. That was really fun. You can see all of our stuff on that one at AGHP666 on Linktree. So it's linktr.ee/AGHP666.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also linktr.ee/Monday Nitro Party, where
Mm-hmm.
we have a Patreon.
We do.
where you can give us money to keep doing this show. Well, we're gonna keep doing it anyway, but
Yeah.
it would be nice if we actually started just making a little bit of dollars here and there
Just a
to
little bit.
pay for the stuff to keep the stuff running.
Yeah.
Because there is stuff. I've
Costs.
complained about it. Jonas hates that I complain about it, but the stuff costs money. God damn it,
It
gives
does.
money.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
You gotta buy fucking, you gotta buy equipment. You gotta buy other
We
equipment if
might,
equipment breaks. You gotta fucking
yeah,
pay for subscriptions. You gotta do all sorts of
we
shit.
we might start making these videos just Patreon exclusive. Who knows? I don't know. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
You know, might just be me, Jonas, and Cass sitting on the couch shirtless.
You never know.
And the only way you can watch it is you pay us money.
That's true. You can't put
like
that on socials. Socials don't like it when
I'm
there's
literally
full
giving
titties
these
out.
ideas. Yeah, I'm literally giving these ideas to Jonas as we speak right now.
Fine with me. I don't give a fuck.
I
Yeah.
knew it.
But you never know. We might do this in a studio. We might do this in a living room. We might keep doing it over Zoom. You have no idea.
Where?
There's studios around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
not there anymore.
No, not that studio. That's actually, we didn't even mention that. That's why we're doing this by Zoom now, like for the foreseeable future, because the studio that we were with has is no longer with us. So, and I do mean no longer with us as a whole. Like it's gone. Like that studio, they just don't do anything there anymore. So
yeah, it's a fire.
Yeah, we can call it that. We can call it that. But yeah, there's other studios around. I mean, we live in Brooklyn, so there's definitely studios all over the place.
You use my living room.
We can annoy your roommate. That'd be fun.
We could kick him out. You know,
no,
I just here.
I want to annoy him. That's even better.
He just goes somewhere. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, I'll just walk to a place.
Yeah. 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 I mean, aside from that, that's what we got going on. This was kind of just a fill everybody in episode because Full Gear just happened.
Alive.
We got Survivor Series coming up, and we want to see you guys.
Yeah, come to the show.
I was gonna. Well, I mean, also come. Like,
No, it's November. Stay strong.
Oh, I failed that already. Like,
oh yeah, me too. I thought, you know, what was funny. So I thought about doing it. I was like, you know what? I'll try. I'm gonna try.
A terrible.
And then
idea.
I started feeling sick. Like, did the cum go the other way? I don't know.
Am I built up?
Yeah, I was like, I started feeling like weird,
and
I was like, man, I might have to come. Yeah. I was like, it was a weird feeling. I just like, oh, I didn't come for like 5 days. I'm getting nauseous.
No, dude,
I was like, this is disgusting.
No,
weird.
November. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I'm dope. I don't know if you could keep doing that. God bless you. I don't know.
Whatever, dude. I failed that during this episode. So like,
yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
I kept doing that a lot. I was like, yeah, you coming.
That's what I've been doing the whole time. Yeah, I don't think I've ever subscribed to that whole No Nut November thing. It's so dumb. Plus, also, like, you fucking, like, if you try to do that, you open up Instagram once. Instagram is just like, Instagram is just
everywhere.
Yeah, just titties, like the whole thing. Just like all of my suggested reels are wrestling, horror, and tits. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
sent me a video the other day, and I was like, that's her pussy right there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, I can see the whole thing. Like, the whole thing. Yeah. It's
per
fucking
pound.
Yeah. Dude, it's fucking funny too because Instagram on like kicks people off if they show a nipple. But first off, lips, like full lips. Like that's what we saw.
I was just gonna say, yeah, go ahead.
But also if a chick is wearing like a see-through thing that's like not even clothes, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just puts a shade on it, I guess.
Yeah,
but you can still see like full titties. Instagram is like, that's cool. Like, well, you can keep that.
It's titty contrast.
Yeah, it's just like, you're good. There's a screen on that one. You're good.
For a good week, every day I went on Instagram Reels. Like, I got like 8 videos in a row of those just like breastfeeding, just like big fat titties, just breastfeeding. What's
going on? Yeah,
and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, to you, I was like, look. This is like a bunch of these on the internet.
Dude, Instagram is fucking like, Instagram is evil like that.
Instagram is fucking.
Instagram is fucking. There was like a week straight where I was like, "Do you want to fuck these hot midgets?" I was like, "No." I mean, like, kinda. Like, what the fuck
That was
happened?
me.
Like,
That
like,
was me sending you those
yeah,
videos.
dude. All the reels. It was just like, check it out.
Mhm.
Like, all these fucking midget chicks have OnlyFans, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, why are like, I
Mhm.
don't need to unlock a new fetish. I'm fucking 40 almost. Like, dude, I don't
God
need
damn.
that. Like, I don't need more kinks in my life. Get them out. Like,
Mm.
I can cut some of them out.
Mm.
Fucking
Like
internet.
it.
I need to start
Yeah,
getting
that's
more
me.
wrestling. I need to get more wrestling into my
More
fucking suggested
wrestling.
reels and
I don't know.
less short person porn. Like, I have enough
More
of that in my life.
you know, it'd be good if my feed was just nothing but like healthy foods to make. That's 2 seconds.
No,
That'd be
I would
good.
shut those off. Fuck those reels.
Oh,
But
no, I'm just saying. No, that would
no,
be
it would help. It would help me for
yeah.
sure. Like, it would add years
Not
to
my
my life.
reels.
But like,
Hmm.
I yeah. You also just discovered the Thug Kitchen. So you have,
Yes.
Thug Kitchen
Hmm.
fucking rules. They've ruled for as long as they've been around.
Yeah, no, they're great.
And they're all about healthy shit.
Oh yeah, my reels, my algorithm is wrestling, titties, and Beetlejuice. There are so many videos of Beetlejuice
How
on
the
the
fuck is
internet. They're all
mine
pretty
not on
great. I'm not
Beetlejuice?
gonna lie. It's just all Beetlejuice. Like
I have
it's great.
Beetlejuice tattooed on me. How the fuck is my reels not Beetlejuice? That's insane.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look at what my suggested reels are right now just to see what it says. Just to see what it
Mine
does.
are titties.
Yeah, see boobs. Like
See,
fuck
just
straight up.
titties. I
Titties.
follow her though, so yeah, it makes sense why that would pop up.
That does.
But
Okay, so I open up
whatever.
mine. Open up mine. The first one is wrestling. The next one is
Nice.
horror. And the next four are titties. Like,
Nice.
and then it recycles like that. There's like two Billie Eilish ones that are on there, but it's like Billie Eilish like titties.
Titties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
makes
that.
sense. Hmm.
Yeah, it literally
Falls in the
that's
same
I'm
category.
scrolling and that's all it is. It just is horror, wrestling, and titties.
You're just on your phone.
Pretty
Just all
much,
the
yeah.
whole time.
Just motorboating my whole phone. And okay, like halfway down, there's like a crazy sandwich that could also be fuckable. Like, I don't know, like yeah,
That's
yeah, dude.
me with a sandwich, just Thanksgiving all over
Yeah.
my face.
That's why I can't go
I'm
home
never
for
gonna do that
Thanksgiving.
again.
Yeah, that's why I can't go home for Thanksgiving.
Mm.
I actually can't go home for Thanksgiving because my racist grandma's still alive, and I gotta wait till she
Damn,
dies before I can go back to Thanksgiving.
damn.
I do, because if I don't wait and I go to Thanksgiving dinner with my family and she says some racist shit, I'm gonna kill her 96-year-old ass by what I say. So like, I can't, I
You
can't have
just
that
fart.
responsibility. No, she doesn't. She lost her sense of smell.
But the fumes can still do it.
It could give you like mustard gas. Like my
Yeah,
mom makes
exactly.
like wicked deviled eggs, so like yeah,
Hmm.
just do that.
Oh.
Hey grandma,
Hmm.
check out this CPAP mask. Like, yeah.
Hmm.
I've seen videos like that. It's fun. That is a fun prank.
Nobody better not touch my CPAP mask now. I'm scared.
Now I
Oh
can't. Now we
fuck.
can't record episodes in your living room because you're going to be afraid of that the whole time. Like, did you
Hmm.
fart in my CPAP mask?
Mm.
All right, man.
But yeah,
This has been fun.
yeah,
I'm glad we came back
we're
and
back.
told everybody about what's up. Yeah, we're gonna start
Yeah,
recording these a lot more.
yeah.
Like I said, we just had some shit going on. Life happened, money happened, fucking schedules happened, studio issues happened. There was all sorts of
Honestly,
shit.
we didn't care about this podcast for a while. It's just
We
like,
were just
yeah, we'll
fucking
just
lazy. We were lazy,
whatever.
but also like studio shit happened, and like I said, there
Yeah.
was some legitimate issues that caused issues with this. And both of
Hmm.
us have very fucking busy shit that we're doing. Like we're going to events, we're doing podcasts, we're doing comedy, we're working. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking,
Leave
it's
us
not easy.
alone.
It's not
Yeah. The
easy.
fuck. The
But
fuck.
now
Right.
we're
Yeah.
now we're
We're
gonna be better
back.
at it.
We're gonna do some cooler shit on Zoom. We're gonna have people here with us. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be doing shit in person with people. We're float the idea of the cast about being shirtless. I think he'll be down.
I feel
It'll
like
be
if
an
anybody's
iconic
gonna be down, he'd be down.
view. Yeah, it'll be a kind of iconic view of us three just sitting there shirtless with no
Just
t-shirts.
hairy titties. Like
Yeah, this is how you watch it. You want to watch it? Yeah.
we're gonna fuck up your Instagram feeds.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna have hairy
Yeah.
man tits.
To make you vomit over and over or come.
Whatever you're into, we might unlock a new fetish for you. You never know.
Yeah. And
if we
sign
do
up for the Patreon.
I was gonna say, if you do,
yeah. We'll put more.
We'll
we
put
might
more
fuck each other. I don't
know. No, not that's gonna cost. That's gonna cost a lot, actually. Not saying it's off the table.
That's
I'm saying it's gonna cost
a $50,000 tier.
Yeah. It's and
Josh
only
and Jonas has sex.
One person. It's just one person. It's gonna be like that Family Guy episode where where Quagmire and fucking Peter have to have sex so that Quagmire can no longer be married to the old prostitute that he got drunk and married.
All right. What did we do? What's the number? 50,000? 100. That'll be a legit tier.
I would say that it would have to be. I have to think of inflation now.
This is fucked up.
No. I have to think of inflation.
This fucking mean.
Yeah. No, I have to think of inflation because there was a time where like $1 million to suck a dick was no problem, but
yeah,
it's still no problem. There's still no problem. I would still suck a dick for $1 million, but
same.
I also have to look my friend in the eye if we fuck. So, I mean, afterwards, not during, but like, unless that's what you're into.
It's so funny. It's just
it would have
someone
to be higher.
buys it.
It would have to be higher than. It would have to be
$100,000.
No, it'd have to be higher than that because
think about it. Okay, $500,000.
$500,000, I think, would have to be minimum.
So we're gonna make a legit tier. $500,000.
Yep. Well, fuck.
Josh and Jonas has sex for you.
Yeah, it's gross.
For this podcast.
This is that's up to you, and you've done this.
But listen.
But we'll both have $250,000.
We will have a lot of money.
So it's like it's whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah,
you can make fun of us all you want. I'm rich.
Also, listen, it's not going to last long. We're not.
We both.
We're not. We don't. Yeah, we don't have stamina. Like it's not.
Yeah,
we don't. We are not those people.
Yeah, we're not Matt Rife. Like
no,
we're not. We can't last that long.
No, we could do crowd work during it though. Like so.
All right, we're gonna make that cool.
Yeah, that'll be on the Patreon. I don't even know if Patreon will allow that. We'll allow that.
Yes. So we'll put that tier on the Patreon if you guys want to, sign up for that.
It's like one rich dude that's just gonna be like, I want to see it. Like, yeah. I feel like we can put that Patreon tier on there, and if somebody buys it, I'm not shaving.
We're fucking. So, we're fucking. Yeah. It's gonna be confusing, but we're fucking.
Yep. This is a bigger twist than CM Punk coming back.
Yeah. And we'll say your name while we're fucking too.
We will. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. That'll be the last thing I say. That'll be the last thing I say.
Thank you, Christopher.
Just like moaning out their fucking Patreon username.
Yeah. Say it.
That would be
fucking name.
Yep, that would be funny. That would be funny.
Well,
what a joke that would backfire. Like if we put that up there and it's bought like immediately, it's just like we've made a terrible mistake, or we've made a good investment. Like what?
I pay off my car, get a new apartment.
Yep, absolutely.
Podcast takes off because these guys they don't have sex.
Yeah, I mean, like
listen, we have a successful podcast now.
Yeah, and you know how? We just found one creepy dude that had a lot of money. That's how we found. That's how it worked.
That's how it always worked.
That is. That's how success works, actually. Really, just when you come to think of it, that's really how success works. It's just one creepy CEO that's just like, yeah, let's fucking sign that person.
It's Mr. Burns.
It is. It's always Mr. Burns. Yeah. All right. So we're going to keep on recording more of these. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sign up for the Patreon because we're going to put a fuck tier on there. And if any of you got $500,000 and you want to see some really gross, not very long sex, there you go. It's been put out into the universe. So we've done this. We've put it out there. Which is putting it out there is actually the name of your show. So you've done that. You've put it out there. So
putting it out there all day. Yes.
All right. Where can people find you, Josh, online?
It's website. It's joshalba.com. It has everything there. It's what I pay for a website.
Sweet.
You?
Jonas Barnes Comedy on Instagram, on Twitter, and that's where all my shit is. So
hell yeah.
Find me on there. You can find me on Facebook, but there's like 4 accounts under my name, and I think the one that I have on there now that's actually me is Bam Bam Bigelow playing saxophone. So, which is all that's my final form actually. Is like that's when I ascend to my final form, it's just Bam Bam Bigelow playing saxophone. So
Yeah,
that's
it's like
all it is.
it's an Animorphs book.
It is, yeah. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And in the meantime, you can also go to Linktree for Monday Nitro Party. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. We're on both of those things. We try to cover the pay-per-views when we're not watching them and other places. We try to cover those, try to do some live tweeting on them and stuff like that. And yeah, we got more shit to come down the pipeline, and it's gonna be fun. So thank you guys for tuning in as always. We will see you guys sooner than later, and hopefully we'll see some of you guys on Saturday. All right.
Come Saturday.
All right, later.
Okay, bye.